Welcome to Wallaby Tier 3 Netherlands back-to-back round. I'm your host, Carl, and I'll be taking you through the proceedings tonight. I'm assuming you guys can see the stream. Yes, you can. Awesome. So yeah, Tier 3 running the Netherlands back-to-back round. It's actually meant to be, I believe, round 12 for the rest of the grid, which is not until September 21st. But due to, I believe, there's a clash and a reason why Tier 3 can't do their race then, so they're doing it now. So I believe that means it's Tier 5 back-to-back or Tier 3. Just got a couple drivers on their out lap. Bum. Kahoot starting on lap 2. To be honest, I have not even played this track yet, so I would not have a clue what's even a quick time. But of course tonight they've got to do both Netherlands the normal way, and then after that they've got to jump back in the car and do it the reverse way, which is going to be very interesting. Obviously, completely new track for a lot of drivers to learn. Obviously, same track, but going the other way, it makes a lot of corners very different. Especially that turn one. That turn one, which used to be the old last turn. Very high banking, very high speed. You're obviously going to be coming in there at a pretty quick pace. So it'll be interesting to see all the drivers go in and around there the first time round, as we've got some laps coming in. Mini Giorgio 1:10.0 sets the marker here first. About 3/10 clear of Fish Lips, Nemesis Cruz, Brandy Unique, Panache, and then Jerobot's just popped up there with a 1:10.1, and Kahoot in third with a 1:10.2. So 1:10.0, I'm assuming that's going to be a decent banker. Probably see some of these drivers end up in the mid 1.9s, I expect. If I remember correctly, Mini Giorgio's up from Tier 4. So to go provisional pole here on his opening lap is a very good time. See if we can find anyone on the lap. Got Panache here. Coming down to start a lap. As Unique doing his first run on the med, so 1:10.7 on the med. That'll be much quicker when he puts on the soft. Get some telemetry on, get some lap data on, get the track map on. There we go. Defeated Damo up half a second on his time. Got an Alpine following very close behind. It'll have to be Brandy. Probably looking to get a slipstream coming on to start his lap potentially. As Defeated Damo goes up into P9, as Pinju Smells has gone up into 1:10.0. Pinju Smells is Kahoot, and Kahoot sucks is Pinju. I know those lads love to do a bit of a name change pre-race. As Pinju just goes right back at Kahoot, and there's a 1.96, 4/10 clear of the rest of the field. What a lap. So see how Brandy's going on his lap. Give us trying to get a toe of Damo, and he's not on a lap. Yeah, it will be interesting what the tier 3 drivers have to share with the rest of the tiers. Obviously they're gonna experience what it's like to drive both of these tracks a few weeks before the rest of the league, sorry. Interesting to see what strategy does too. I believe it's a one-stop, but could be a two-stop as well, depending on where the safety cars fall. As we've got almost everyone in the pits. Prosperic drop there, let's see what he's got. I think he's not on a lap. I do have the chat open on Lightstream. You can see you guys going at it, filling the gaps during quali. But an update on the Tier 3 Drivers' Championship. We actually got a tie for the lead after the double points Belgium round. Lime Soda and Pinju equal on 94. Zuka following close behind on 90, and then a little gap back to Little Flab 66 and Combo Ollie. Rounding out the top 5 with 64 points, who hasn't gone out yet. I'm wondering if he's got a quali ban. He might have a quali ban that I don't know about. Let's have a look. Didn't. The C9 penalty in Belgium. Maybe that is a quali ban. In the meantime, we've got a Alpine off the track with a Haas maybe just getting out of the way. And that was getting out of the way of the Sauber Little Flavs, who would want to move up a bit more than P16 where he is currently. See if I can find somebody actually on a hot lap. See what my Aston boys can do. Unique. Looks like he's starting his lap. Ah, okay. Sorry, Combo. Combo doesn't have a quali ban. He has issues. He has issues with his game, his PC. We've got Mini Giorgio the first. The big runners to start his lap. He'll be looking to get a bit closer to Pidgey's 196. Comes around the banking. As my watch yells at me. Two tenths down, sector 1. It's not the first sector he was looking for. As he's used up 70% of his battery so far. Got about 40 left now. Assume you'd want to keep a decent amount for the last quarter coming onto the main straight. And don't think he's going to be improving on his time on this lap, but we will see. as he wasn't going to improve, so he just came in. A combo ollie, is he going to get a lap in? Is he going to get a lap in? Got Franz on his out lap, defeated Damo, 7/10 up. Defeated Damo. Flew on that lap to put a 196.93 as Pep pops up. Pep, I believe, was another driver that got moved up, 199. That's a great time as well from him. Good to see these drivers who have moved up put in a good performance. Obviously this year they were able to take, I believe, half of their points up, which does give you a bit of an incentive that you can still go for the championship, and it looks like these guys are definitely going to keep having a crack even though they've been moved up. Now we've got the two V-carbs on laps here. Jerobot up 2/10. Going to put him right inside that top 5 now if he can squeeze a little bit more out of it. And he goes third, 199. Fantastic lap. As we move to his teammate Lime Soda, equal championship leader with Kahoot. Not Kahoot, sorry, with Pinju, whose name is Kahoot Sucks, which is effing confusing, but I'll deal with it. And Lime Soda, what's he going to do here? Sector 2, he's going to be looking to be up 3/10. It's putting him in the vicinity of a 9.9, 9.8. Oh, and he has a bit of a moment there. A little bit of a moment. Hopefully that doesn't impact his lap time too much. Plenty of battery here. As Combo Ollie just desperately trying to sort his internet out, PC out, as Lime Soda goes third on a 198. This V-Carb team, they're cooking pretty hard. But Pinju's still pretty clear here with a 196, and he's back on track. Pretty early, if this is his final run. Might only be his second run though. Wasn't quite sure if he's done 1 or 2. Might have just done 1. We've got Zucker as well, coming down to the line, 110.2. So improves on his previous time, but he'll probably be looking for a bit more than that if he wants to have a chance this race. Got Kahoot on a lap here as well. Comes through the high speed section of the middle sector here. This is where the time is gained or lost. Yellow flag, sector 1, just a slow car. Looks pretty neat and tidy here from Goat. He'll be looking for something inside. Oh, and he's lost it last turn. That is bad luck. That is very bad luck, but he will get one more chance. So he'll be looking to gain a few tenths as he's retired. Maybe that was his last run. That must have been his last run. So Kahoot will start minimum P9. Could be a lot lower than that, but he'll just have to wait and see. Let's see who the first of these drivers we got that we're going to pick up. And that is going to be Fish Lips, currently on a 110.146. I think all these drivers in the 110 1s and 2s will be looking for a couple of tenths just to propel themselves inside of the top 5. worried for fish slips. He's probably potentially going to get a bit of traffic here in the last sector. And Brandy's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Farmer Sam. And Farmer Sam is out of quali. That's interesting. I think they were all on outlaps. They were all on outlaps, but as we see, Fish Slips now looking to finish his lap. What's it going to be? Is he going to be able to improve a little bit? And he will up into P4. Great lap. Fantastic lap. We've got Mini Georgia going very slow. Brandy's now retired. Franz 1:11.9. A little bit off the pace. But it looks like he's just started a lap. Jerobot's gone across the line, 1:9.691. He'll start at best P2. Let's go pick up some of the drivers on laps right now. Panache, 1:10.0, goes P8. Jayswal, P19. Combo got a lap in, he did 1:10.2. And Damo goes up into P2, 1:09.6. Who's still out on track? Little Flabs, what can he do? Gets up to 1:10.0, that'll be P12. Pep. Looks like Mini Giorgio didn't get his final lap in for whatever reason. And Pep 1:9.9. Weird, he ended the lap with so much battery. So really that'll be your starting positions for Netherlands. It'll be Pinju first, 1:09.6 from defeated Damo and Jerobot, also in the 1:09.6s. Unique, I missed that. Unique up into P4. That is massive. I didn't think that he was going to be able to move up that many positions, but he's proved me wrong there with a great lap for 1:09.7. He'll start P4. Then it'll be Fish Lips P5, Lime Soda P6, probably a little bit lower than the current championship or equal championship leader would have wanted. He's got a bit of time to make up there across this race on Pinju. But then we go to Pep P7, Mini Giorgio P8, who, as I said, I don't think he did his last run, so I wonder how much more pace he had. Panache P9, Cruz as well P10. But yeah, interesting quality there with a a collision between Brandy and I believe it was the Mercedes of Farmer Sam, who will start P16. Brandy will start P19. But very close quali session. Only a 10th covering the top 4. So I think we're in for a pretty good race. So we wait for the drivers to finalise their setups and strategies here. 1 red light, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and they're away. Pinju gets a good start, and there's a collision there. There's a collision there with the V-carb and the Haas. I believe it was Jerabot going into Fish Lips, but Pinju maintains the lead into turn 1, but defeated Damo sends it through the inside, but he can't make the move stick. And Unique's moved up into P3 there. And now we've got Mini Giorgio. Thought he didn't make his first run, but his last run, sorry, but he's already on the move up to P6, taking advantage of that pass, which I think potentially has damage. We've got an awesome battle going on here. We've got Pep and Fish Lips. Yep, Fish Lips has got damaged. He's getting passed by just about everyone here. As it's unfortunate. Looked like a bit of wheel spin off the line. Cars gone sideways into another. As we've got Farmer Sam now coming through as well. And Fish Lips has almost got into the back of it there. As we just go back up to the front here, and we've got Pinju holding that lead 8/10 back to Damo, who's 8/10 ahead of Unique as well. And we've got the V-Cubs, which look to have gotten off scot-free with that bit of collision there. But Mini Giorgio, I think he's got a bit of pace here. He's going to be looking to move forward. And let's get those position changes up. We got Kahoot up 3, making a good start. Brandy up 6. He's immediately made up for that 5-place grid penalty that he got. And obviously we've got the Haas of Fish Lips down 15 spots, and Cruz doesn't look to have had a good lap. He's also fallen down 9 spots to P19, so must have been a little bit of contact there that I haven't seen, as we've got a little fight at the back here. Wogjet and Mr. J Swole going side by side, and this pack starting to just become a little detached from the rest of the field, so they want to make sure that they stay within DRS there. But yeah, we've got the strategy up on screen now, and Unique has come into the pits for a very early stop. I'm thinking it had to have been a front wing, and it is a front wing. Didn't quite see what happened there, unfortunately, but it looks like he's obviously had some kind of a collision there, and he's gone onto the hards just to try and hold it out until the finish. So unfortunate there for Unique. Got this front pair with Pinju opting for the softs, Damo opting for the meds. Also got Panache on the softs and Brandy on the softs. So Brandy clearly using those softs to his advantage up 8 positions, which is what you really need to be doing if you're going to go with that kind of aggressive strategy. But we'll just see how long these softs are going to hold on for at optimum grip. I think you'd expect potentially around maybe 10 laps, as Damo is going to go straight past Pinju with the help of DRS. And these two have broken clear now. I believe they've broken the DRS as Pep and Zukazoo trade places there, and Combo Ollie's also right on the back of this group. And Mini Giorgio, he's pushing Lime Soda along. That's how close he is. Back in Mini Giorgio, Kahoot, Combo. These are the drivers that we want to be keeping an eye on in this first stint. They look like they've got just a little bit more pace than the cars around them. Probably wanting to slowly start their march forward. And we've also got Brandy on those softs, who'd be wanting to use them. And he might even go for a move here. On Combo. Will Combo fight? They give each other plenty of room. And Brandy will get through. Brilliant racing. Brilliant racing. It's Mini Giorgio now Can he get the V-carb in front, who's getting obviously a fair bit of DRS help? Goes very defensive, almost takes out his teammate, and that'll put Mini Giorgio through. No, it won't. Hangs around the outside, Lime Soda. Yeah, I don't think you're wanting to be trying that line around turn one too many more times, as, oh, Mini Giorgio looks like he almost hit the back of Lime Soda there. A bit too eager. We've also got Kahoot, who's just trying to get past Panache. I feel like in another few laps, Panache might start to feel his softs, and Kahoot might smell a move, but he's hanging on to the top 4 or 5 drivers here. I think I reckon a move's coming soon. I reckon he'll just wait here. Ooh, goes a bit wide there. They've both got pretty full tank of battery. I don't know if it's going to be very easy to pass yet. As Prosperic Drop Bear has lost it in the last corner. Will this be a safety car? He's trying to get it. Thank God for ghosting. As Farmer Sam pits. Potentially for a new front wing. That'll tell us if there was some kind of collision. Yes, there must have been. Oh, and we've got Kahoot, he's just gone to the side of Panache. We were just able to see that. Looked like he was going to make a move through that windy straight section. That'll be Kahoot up to P6. But I dare say that will be a trip to the steward's room. As Pep and Panache going side by side here, and Panache, I felt he just went slightly wide into Pep there. All the while, Brandy's moved up to P8. That is up 11 spots. He's using those softs to the best of his ability as Combo gets through on Panache. I wonder if Panache has got some front wing. I reckon he's 99.9% sure he does. As we go back out the front for a while, and I've missed the change of the lead. It's pretty poor from a commentating perspective, but obviously Pidgey's softs just starting to wear down a bit. Defeated Damo now takes the lead, but he's sticking with him. And Mini Giorgio's still just on the back of these V-carbs. I reckon as long as these V-carbs are all in a DRS train, it'll be real hard for anyone to pass until perhaps these soft tyres just start to wear a bit. As I say that, I think, yeah, Jerobot's definitely starting to close up here on Pinju. So we got the top 5 drivers here. I'm going to train them back about 2.5 to Kahoot. And then a bit of a train from Kahoot down to Brandy. Seems like Brandy's still got plenty of grip left in his tyres, while Pinju just looks like he's starting to fade a bit. As Mini Giorgio, he's very close to the back of Lime Soda, but there's no chance. Oh, as Pinju's gone wide off the track and he's lost it again trying to get back on. He's going to drop down quite a few positions here. This is the championship leader, as Kahoot will get past him. And this is left defeated Damo on the cusp of breaking DRS from Jerobot. Will Jerobot get back in? Ooh, not quite sure. Gap's about a second. Let's have a look. And he didn't get it. So he'll be burning whatever battery he's got to get back in there. as Little Flabs has had an incident. Not sure with who. Oh, he's lost a wheel there. Yep, that car is missing a wheel for sure. And the Ferraris are going to double stack. Pinju's in for a fresh set of meds. I'm assuming it's a virtual or a safety car of some kind, even though it's surely time for everyone to pit. So Brandy the big winner here, man. Brandy the big winner, up 14, and he'll come and he'll change those softs, and I'm assuming a pretty optimal lap, and go on to the hards to the end. The hards or the meds? A couple drivers opting for the meds. Got Pinu, France, J Swole, Farmer Sam on the meds, and we got the Astons, Panache, Strike Drop Bear, Fish Lips on the hards. Let's see what these leaders are going to do. Well, the medium runners obviously have to go hard, as J Swole gets a drive-through for speeding under safety car, so it's unfortunate for him. So yeah, it's a 90% hard. Yes, it is definitely a hard. But what does Brandy do? Does Brandy go the med, try get it to the end? I mean, he's going to have a lot more pace than these guys, but he has to double stop. That is just unfortunate, but a byproduct. As Lime Soda's gone on the softs. I don't know, chat, if that is an ambitious strategy, or if that is a strategy which hopes for another safety car. Soft tyre for what's going to probably be 14 laps. Does seem pretty aggressive. He's the Equal Championship leader though. And I'm kind of surprised that Pinu has also managed to come back in P3. Because he did have a bit of a moment there, but yeah, maybe the air did suggest that. I mean, he's going to have a second or two a lap on the hard guys up front. Yeah, interesting mix of tyres throughout the field. I guess that's what happens in F1 25 with this tyre, where you just get so many different strategies. You get all three tyres being used, many pit stops per race. I think it's good. It's like going from the Bridgestone days to the Pirelli days. Looks like Unique has also stayed out since he pitted on lap 1 or 2. Jumped up a fair few spots. The hard tyre should be able to get to the end. I feel like safety car should be in this lap. And honestly, the car I want to be watching here is Slime Soda. He's got the pace and he's got the tyre. He's got the tyre at least for the next 10 laps. After that, let's see. Wogjet also up quite a few positions, I feel. I feel like he was running well down in the race earlier. And he's pulled some kind of genius strategy without me even noticing to jump up 8 places to P9. So, not a bad job there. Techie will be pretty pleased with that so far, I would expect. Wogjet obviously new to the team since last round, so he'll be keen to get a few good performances under his belt. And we're in this lap, so Damo taking the field nice and slowly. Warming the tyres. Does weaving warm your tyres? Some people do it, some people don't do it. Some people say it just wears the tyres without warming them. But never mind, defeated Damo has gone. And he's actually put a little bit of a gap between himself and Jerabot. He's caught Jerabot napping ever so slightly. As let's see, we got Brandy with a bit of a tyre advantage again, I'd say, on the medium. This is a bit of movement back in the field. Panache goes straight past France, and he'll be looking to make amends for a bit of a collision with Kahoot, which might have been his fault. Don't actually think it was his fault, to be honest, but the stewards will have more to say about that than me. As we just look up at Lime Soda again, he started to close the gap already. 3/10. These first 3, 4, 5 laps are absolutely critical for him if he wants to win this race. Pinju's on those meds though, so he's still got an advantage to Pinju, but they've both got a big advantage to the top two in terms of the grip and the warmth in the tyres across these first few laps. So thinking Brandy will be thinking the same. He's also got Wogjet right on his tail, obviously on the med, so he needs to get past Pep ASAP, and he's going to do so into turn 1. Pretty easy move. Oh, as Wogjet has gone into the back of Pep, and I think that was an end plate. Which is not going to be good for his race, as Unique has potentially had a moment there, dropping down, but manages to stay ahead of Pep. As we go back to these front runners, no moves yet, so the guys on the hard tyres have done a good job so far to get their tyres up to temp. But DRS now, don't know how much longer it'll be before some of these drivers start to get through. And it is Lime Soda now with the pace. Very close to the back of Pinju. And Nemesis has had Cruz has had an issue. He's gone off the track in the last sector, which is unfortunate, but we go back up the front here. We've got Lime Soda and Pinju. Lime Soda goes around the outside. Will he be able to hang it out? Not quite. So the front four just hold their formation here. But I think that's given Pinju just a bit of a hurry up here. If he doesn't pass Jerabot soon, then Lime Soda's going to be going past him. So just going to try recharge that battery. Jerabot's obviously got a bit less, still pretty healthy, but Pinju and Lime Soda's got a full battery. So I reckon here we go. Pinju is burning. He's got a bit more pace. Is he going to send it down the inside? Here's Pinju up into P2, and he'll be straight after defeated Damo. He's got a bit of a position swap here. Fish Slips getting through on France as J Swole out of the race. And that is the safety car. That is a safety car, which helps gonna say helps the soft runners. To be honest, I'm not sure anyone will be looking to pit again. To be honest, I could be completely off the mark with that. I have no idea what people are gonna do, but I probably wouldn't pit. Let us know if you're watching. What would you do? Would you pit? Would you stay out? I feel like if no one else pits, you're going to drop like a stone. Because there's not many big gaps that have formed yet, as we literally just had our last safety car 5-6 laps ago. And I think they're all going to stay out. No, I'm wrong. Logjet. Logjet bucks the trend. He'll get off those softs. Panache will get off his hards. And yeah, it makes sense. If you're at the back of the field, you're not going to lose many positions. You roll the dice. You put on some fresh boots. You cruise back up to the back of the pack. And you give it a shot. So yeah, pretty much 12th down, all coming into the box. And mostly fresh softs. Fresh hards. Fresh hards is an interesting call. I mean, I'd probably put fresh hards on only if it was the only tyre I had left, which might have been the case for Drop Bear and Logjet. Yeah, I know Limestone not pitting interesting with his softs. You'd think they'd probably be in a bit of trouble coming to the end of the race, but also 3-4 laps under safety car. He'll be able to protect those tyres. Probably what, 9 laps when this comes in. Let's see how he goes. Yeah, I've been having a great race. Brandy in particular up 13. Mini Georgia, he's also had the pace. He's had podium pace, I'd say. Been harassing the back of those V-cubs pretty much the whole race. As everyone slows up for that safety car coming into turn 1. The whole field having pitted. Tots and 11th to 18th have all done a 2-stopper. I guess if you're Panache on fresh meds, you definitely got a chance to move up through the field. You got an 8-lap delta or 7-lap tyre delta on Farmer Sam, and then yeah, 6-lap delta on Kahoot and Combo, who are on the hards. Unique potentially could struggle there with his 14-lap old hards versus some of the guys around him with fresh rubber, especially softer compound. But we've got about 8 laps of this first Netherlands race to find out. And safety car will be in this lap. So Pinju, he's still going to have a lot more pace, I feel, than Defeated Damo, at least based on the tyre that they've both got. I do wonder how much tyre has been taken out in 8 laps on the med. Haven't played this game. And Defeated Damo, he's gone. As Unique has had a 10-second penalty applied for a collision with Zukazu. That is unfortunate for him. But we'll go back up to the front here. And Pinju, very nice tight line. You can tell he's already got a bit of extra grip than Defeated Damo. And I reckon it's probably not going to be too long until he gets past. We look back through the field. Farmer Sam, who just sticks a wheel in the grass there. We're looking to close up on the guys ahead. Panache on his fresh meds, what can he do? As he comes very close to Farmer Sam there, he just seemed like he had tons more grip. As Unique, he'll be looking potentially for a safety car to get rid of that 10-second penalty. He's got Kahoot right on his back now. We've got Prosperity Drop there and Cruz here going wheel to wheel. And Prosperity Drop there gets through. DRS is enabled now. 6 laps to go, and Farmer Sam gonna go for a move up the inside of Combo Wally. Bit of a bump, but I think that's rubbing his racing, and Panache now trying to take advantage of this. Remember, he's on those fresh mediums, so we'll be looking to make up as much time as he can. Oh, and he just goes into the back of Combo there. A little bit too eager there. And he's almost got a full battery as well. So he's got plenty more pace and he'll want to dispatch of Combo ASAP. And, oh, Cruz just comes through on Fish Slips there. Fish Slips looks like he lost a bit of time. Swayze not happy with the speed as Combo and Combo looked at a moment there, but Swayze not happy with the speed of Damo on the restart. Too slow as Pinju goes through of defeated Damo and he gets the move done. Oh, and Damo hits the back of him. At the same time, we've got Vinny Giorgio really close to the back. Give the Alpine so close, he's pretty much rubbed the back of him there. As Pinju, as soon as he went past defeated Damo, he has flown off into the distance. Could break the RS right here this lap. He's obviously still got a bit of juice left in those meds. He's using it to the best of his ability. If you're Damo, you really want to try staying in this DRS here. I reckon you've got a few other quick drivers behind. He's really having to push hard here. Let's see if he got it. He did get it. He's got the Alpines holding position. Unique getting back through Gonzo, so he's back up into P7. He wanting to make a little bit more time to offset that 10-second penalty, unless he can get it removed, of course, as Fish Lips is retired. Was that in the pits? Yes, I believe that was in the pits. As we've got Cruz, Drop, there, Combo Wally. All three of these drivers locked in a pretty tense battle down at the back of the field, but let's just quickly check back up to the front here. Everything's settled down just a little bit. Everything has settled down a bit. Panache. He's got those 5-lap-old meds. Let's see. It's probably Unique down. Are probably all possibilities for him if he can get the move done on Farmer Sam now. See what he can do in the slipstream. Panache goes to the outside and he's just gonna carry so much more speed and just has to go a little bit further onto the curb, which puts an end to that. Go back up the front here. We've got 4 laps to go. This Pinju's just hovering around a second clear of Damo. As Pep with fresh rubber has put in the fastest lap of the race, 1:11.5. Now I think he might have broken DRS here, Pinju, on Damo. Yes, he has. And we've got Mini Giorgio very close. But not able to do it. It was Farmer Sam. He's dropping down the order. Farmer Sam, he's lost it out of the last turn. As Unique and Kahoot have traded blows. Unique still in P8. Kahoot, he will be looking to get past as soon as he can, really. If he wants to have any chance of moving further up into the points. But we've pretty much got the top 6 all just kind of remaining in this DRS train. I'm thinking if Lime Soda's tyres are going to start to struggle, it's going to start to be soon. So I wonder if Giorgio, he smells blood here. As we've got Kahoot so close. Oh, he's almost lost it. He's almost lost it again. Jeez. That might have just compromised him from making a move into turn 1. Is he going to do it anyway? Yes, he is. Oh. Maybe a day late and $1 short, as Martin Brundle used to say. But, you know, I don't mind drivers who are willing to have a go, even if it is on my driver. No one was hurt, so we continue on. But I feel like this is costing him a bit. He's got to stay out of that grass. That grass is not helping you, dude. Grass is killing your grip. So we go back up the front again to see if there's any potential moves. Yeah, Giorgio does need to get past. I feel like he should have the tyre advantage now. Lime Soda's probably starting to feel his softs. But this seems to be the last chance for him coming onto the final lap. And it just doesn't quite have enough pace. And if anything, Jerobot's probably a bit closer to Damo. But Kahoot can't quite get close enough. As I think Combo's made a move up at a P14 on France. So Pinju, he's been up there pretty much the whole race. And he'll be happy to gain a decent amount of points on Lime Soda in the championship. He will be the new championship leader provisionally after this race. But I don't think we're going to see any position change for these 6 drivers. As Pinju is going to come through and take the win from defeated Damo, Jerobot and Lime Soda in 3rd and 4th. Excellent race for the V-Carb, as it is for the Alpines, Mini Giorgio and Brandy, P5 and 6. And Brandy also surely driver of the day, up 13 spots from Zukazu P7, Pinju P8, Panache, Wogjet, Prosperic Crop Bear. The Astons picking up points there in 12th and 13 of Nemesis Cruise and Unique Throne. Combo Ollie 14th, France 15th, Pepper 16th. And we had 4 DNFs of Farmer Sam, Fish Lips, J Swole and Little Flavs. So not their race, but they're lucky because this week we do have 2 races, so it's still all to play for them. They probably hope that they're a bit better reverse than the normal Netherlands. But yeah, those softs definitely lasted. It's a good strategy from him to stick on those softs. And I better just go ahead and get these results. So yeah, unfortunate for Unique with his 10-second penalty. Without it, he would have been in P8, P9. But Pinju first on the grid and finished exactly that way. Top 3 actually finishing in their grid positions, so alrighty, we will take a little break and we'll be back for the second race tonight. The reverse Zandvoort, which will be very interesting to see for the first time. So we'll be back. Alrighty, we are back with race 2 of this evening, which is Netherlands reverse, which I haven't seen before. Don't know if anyone on the stream has either, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how do the drivers differ. Are we going to see the same top 3? Are we going to see a completely different top 3? As let's go on board. Well, it's very hard to switch between drivers in a one-shot quali, I have just realised. But we'll go on with Pinju. We've got Pinju. So obviously qualified pole for the first race. Let's see what he's got here. I'm assuming it'll be the same time the other way around. Should be. Should be the same time. Still the same distance. Maybe it won't be. As Pinju is, he's down in P13, so he's not having the best lap so far. As I'm just trying to get back up to the front with Jerobot. Coming into the final turn. Also got Unique coming into the final turn. Sorry, not Unique. Cruz. As Cruz, he gets pole with a 1:10.490. What a lap. What a lap. Second is Jerobot. Third is Drop Bear. Fourth is Ukazu. Fifth is Unique. So the Aston boys have had a day out in one-shot quality for the reverse track. That is interesting. I think we've got something in that Aston car that's made him a bit quicker the other way, somehow. But yeah, Jerobot's still up there. Pinju definitely didn't have as good a lap as he did in the first race. Down in P9 there. And also Lime Soda. Where has he ended up? He has ended up way down in P19. He has to have made a big mistake there. That is gonna be pretty tough from there. But I guess on the bright side, Pinju's not starting close to the front, so all to play for here. It's looking a little bit grey, but don't think there'll be rain. To be honest, I have no clue again. Commentator gets very little info versus the drivers these days. Maybe that's a recommended improvement to EA. Can you give me a forecast request as commentator? That would be good. It is one of the tracks where you do see a bit more rain. But anyway, here we go. Drivers have lined up on the grid and it's 5 red lights. And away we go for the Netherlands reverse. Cruz looks to get off the line well. But Jerobot is right alongside him. And they're going to turn one side by side. Cruz hanging around the outside and he'll get the job done into turn 1-2 and lead the field away. As we got a bit of battling and bumping down through the field. Damo's had an incident of sorts. Lime Soda up into P16 as we've got the strategies on screen right now. It should be another one stop without any safety cars as Panache is going slow. Panache has had an incident. And he looks slow. He looks a little slow. Pinju all over the back of him. Yes, we've got peak hour traffic here at Zandvoort. Oh, and that's big. And that's big. That'll be a safety car. There, the kick of little Flavs came in like a terrorist. That was big. That was big. Oh, and then he's just hit the back of Damo. and they've also missed. They've missed the pit entry. That is damage for Little Flavs there. That was a big move as we're going. Little Flavs has also got a 10 sec for that collision as we're going past the safety car. Pep's also retired. I wonder if it was Pep that was in that incident, not Little Flavs. Don't wanna. Yeah, that was kind of bad from the kick, to be honest. But I actually can't remember which kick it was. Don't want to blame the wrong kick. Bit of drama on the first lap. Bit of drama. Zugazoo down 4 in an incident with fish slips. Lime Soda's had a good first lap amongst the carnage, if you will. Up 6, so kind of saved his race. As Cruz is pitting. Is getting off those softs, going onto the mediums. I would say maybe an interesting strategy to pit from the lead on softs. But in saying that, if you can get these meds to the end and there's no safety car again, as Kahoot's donned the Inter, and so is Little Flavs. It's raining. It is raining. Oh no, it's raining. I'm seeing drops. It is just drops. Don't know how heavy it is. Let's have a driver's view. Right on board here with Kahoot. It is raining. I wonder how wet it is yet. I wonder how much you're going to burn these inters up. I also wonder if this safety car is staying out again, do you pit for inters? And Jerabot will. So does Bespoke drop there. Fish Slip stays out. So we're going to get a split here of a strategy. Unique is coming in for inters. Mini, Zuka, Pinju, Farmer Sam, defeated Damo. Like, everyone's in. Everyone is in except Fish Slip's friends. And Kahoot, who pitted a lap earlier, is gonna move right on through. So a couple drivers staying out on the dry tyres. Couple drivers stayed out on the dry tyres. How long are they gonna last? I feel like by the time the safety car's in, it's going to be just too wet. As Cruz came in again for the inters, so that's hurt his race. Cruz, I've got a feeling he came into the pits with the intention to go to the inters, but maybe didn't have it selected. One can only guess, but the safety car is coming in this lap. So it's going to be interesting to see how much grip do these dry tyre runners have. How much grip are they going to have here? That's Fish Lips is pitting. No, Fish Lips stays out, sorry. Franz pits. So Fish Lips and J Swole are going to be the lone runners on the dry tyres. And Kahoot has 10,000% more grip and goes straight through. And the dry tyres are finished. It's definitely the right move to pit. This drop bear's going to come straight through on his teammate. You can see the car there just under-steering wide. Pretty much impossible to get on the power. Has J Swole, has he had a moment? He's either had a moment or he's just got no moment. Probably both. To be honest, Fish Slips, he's acquitting himself somewhat well, but he's just a lot slower. And he's got to pit this lap, surely. No, he's staying out. So he's just going to hope that this rain eases up in a bit, as Jerobot's just going to fly through. It won't be long till Unique is on the back of him. But Kahoot has checked out here, 3.2 seconds clear of Prosperic Drop Bear. Yeah, Pidgey won the first race. And he's currently down in 15th, so Fish Slips is just tumbling down the order. I think it's time to pit. Cut your losses and pit before you go off the track. Oh, that must feel like absolute garbage to drive right now. You're gonna ride back on with the front runners here. We've got Zukazoo chasing down Unique. Little Flavs chasing down Farmer Sam. Fish Slips. The car just would not turn. And he's now a bit of a moving chicane for these drivers as everyone gets through without incident. And this is like watching a Formula 2 versus a Formula 1 race right now with the amount of grip he's got. And he's surely going to be pitting this lap. But let's go back up here. Zukazoo, he's getting pretty close to Unique. I'm assuming they've got DRS disabled. If they do, Little Flav's very close as well. This turn one now becomes a bit of a difficult overtaking place because of the high speed nature of the first turn, but he's going to send it up the inside, thinks better of it. As Fish Slips is retired, I'm assuming that's in the pits. He's had enough of those softs, he's had enough of this race. Zuka and Unique though, going at it. Zuka just gets a bit hot on the brakes. But he'd be looking to get all through on Unique down there, almost make contact again there. So this is the closest battle on track right now. Zukazoo dips a wheel in the grass. Pep has left. I think he was already DNF'd. Zukazoo's just going to try and get as close as he can to the back of Unique. See if he can have a look in the turn one. So we've got a yellow flag. Green again, all good. Oh, he's close, but is he close enough without DRS? Might make a move up the inside, not quite. It's now become very difficult, that turn one, but he's gone through on the inside here, and that'll be the outside for the next turn. Unique, and he's just overcooked it a bit. Unique kept it neat and tidy. Zuka probably just took a little bit too speed, and he gets done by Giorgio as well. So that's the risk sometimes, that you That's the risk you take. You want him to go for a move, you get it wrong, you'll get eaten up by the car behind, and that's exactly what happened. It's Mini Giorgio again, up 3, so he's shown he's got the race pace. But Zucker's much quicker in the middle sector than a lot of these drivers. We might have just had an incident here. Wogjet, Lime Soda. Wogjet and Lime Soda, they almost collide. We've got Brandy and Wogjet coming back onto the track, but Brandy gets through. Oh, and that sent Wogjet into the wall. Wogjet's lost a heap of positions there. Unfortunate. On the next battle, the next overtaking move, Zucker, Unique, Zucker and Mini Giorgio fighting to close out that top 5 positions. Got Flaps right up the back of Farmer Sam. It does seem pretty difficult to overtake on this reverse layout. Seems like some of the entries to the corners are a bit more difficult. So Kahoot 2.9 ahead at the front of the race here. Seem to have maintained that lead, but these top 2 have broken on Jerobot, who's 6 seconds adrift in third, another gap of 3 to Unique, and then we've got this mini battle here as Little Flabs. Farmer Sam is out. And I believe he might have had a collision with one of the guys in 7th or 8th, Little Flabs or Lime Soda. But the field continues. We've got Zukazu again up the inside of Mini Giorgio, and he'll go down the inside. Couldn't carry enough speed, unfortunately. So, 11 laps to go here. Top 3, top 4, all pretty spaced out. Just got a couple little battles here as Mini Giorgio goes for a little look up the inside of Unique. Can't quite get the move done. What's he got? Pinju's also had a bit of a crazy race so far. As has Cruz. Cruz led the race, then dropped back to last with a bit of a botched strategy, but he's now back up to P9. Clearly, he's got pace here, so I'm wondering how much more he can make up on the guys ahead before the end of the race. But we've got Zukazu, and he's going to do it before the last turn. Is he? No, he's not. Maybe he is. Not quite. Does seem like he's got more pace than this. And Cruz and Pinju going side by side there. Looks like Pinju's gotten the position as these top 3 just continue to race in formation. Not many position changes to talk about of the top 7. But Lime Soda, he's had a big race, up 11 positions. It's funny, we've got the championship. Oh, and he goes a little bit wide here. That's going to give Pinju a little bit of a chance to close up. Could we see the battle of the championship leaders in a few laps' time? I think we could. As Unique's managed to stabilize this gap now. He's pulled 8 tenths on Giorgio. He's pulled about another 8 on Zukazu. This field's starting to just spread out just a little bit. So we have 6 laps left now. Zukazu, as I say that, he's closed up massively on Giorgio. Coming into turn 1, he must just have a bit of a potentially lower wing setup. He continues to get close, but there's just nowhere to go past. So Kahoot continues. Oh, wee. Kahoot, you do not need to be doing that. 3.7 seconds clear of the field. Drifting it around the corners here at the Inters. It's been a very good drive. Very good strategy from him. He probably played the strategy better than anyone. Him and Drop Bear going onto those Inters. Oh, and Jerobot, he's lost it. He's lost it towards the end of the lap, and he's unfortunately going to drop back down to P9 as he gets passed by Pinju and his teammate Lime Soda. That is very unfortunate, but that leaves a 14-second gulf between Drop Bear and Unique, who still defends like a lion from Mini Giorgio. Zukazu. Ooh, Giorgio gets a wheel in the grass there. Zukazu just hits the back of him. Oh, and Giorgio's in the grass again. This is going to have Zukazu round the outside, and easy as you like there. Little Flab's also going to have a look too. You got to stay out of that grass. That grass is going to lose you so much time, especially in the traction zones, as we saw there, but obviously very difficult conditions for these drivers, so we cannot be too harsh. It's given Unique just a little bit of breathing space here, 9/10. There'll be 5 laps to go this time around, and Little Flabs now right on the back of Mini Giorgio. Pinju also having a look on Lime Soda, so this is the championship lead battle. As it looks like Pinju's got a bit more pace as he almost loses it. I wonder how those rear tires of the Inters are going. It might not be worn too much, but starting to see a few drivers at the back of their car step out a bit, as Zukazu very close to the back of Unique, but once again Unique is able to defend. He's got quite a bit of Giorgio's got damage. Giorgio's got damage, but still on these guys, so he's having a great race. As Pinju and Lime Soda, Pinju sends it up the inside. What a move. Can he get it done? Yes, he can, and that's Pinju up into P7, so I think he will. He'll extend his championship lead on Lime Soda here. Darabot trying to make up for that spin now, P9. As Lime Soda's had a moment, he's let Darabot pass, but he's also let Cruz pass, so Cruz continues to surge forward here. Looks like he's got decent pace, so we'll keep tabs on that. But we go back on board with Labs. Can he get Giorgio into turn 1? Back into 7th. Looking for some room up the inside, and he sent it, and there's contact. There's contact, and it was only light. Giorgio on the grass again. That's just giving him a little bit less grip while those tyres clean up again, but he'll stay ahead for now, as will Unique. And Unique now dropping back considerably from the top 2, but holding on to P3, which is the most important. That'd be his first podium of the year if he can hold on. well, right on the back of Lime Soda here. So Lime Soda's just a bit of a moment. Drop back. As Kahoot continues his march. Now 4 seconds from Prosperity Drop Bear, who's 18 out of Unique. Zukazu following him behind. Flavs close to the back of Giorgio too. And I think it's Brandy on the Lime Soda. That's the next battle, the next move. And is it just me, or is the rain way heavier now? I've only just noticed that, but the rain is way, way, way heavier. I'm sure it wasn't raining this much before. That is not the rear tire wear of the Inters. This is because it's wet weather tires. Oh, as Zukazu looks up the inside of Unique, but Unique slams the door shut as he rightfully can. And he'll hold that position, but this is a torrential downpour now. This is a full wet tire strategy play, but it's 2 laps from the end. You are not... Oh, Zukazu thought about it, but it's dangerous game going through there as he's got a lot more pace now than Unique. A lot more pace as Zuka and Unique bang wheels again. This rain has gotten very, very heavy, and it looks like it's... And Wogjet has had a moment. Wogjet has gone off. I think it's very treacherous conditions now for these drivers. This is a full wet tyre condition, but no one will pit because it's far, far too late in the race. You will never make that time back in 2 or 3 laps. So these drivers are just going to have to hold on, and Unique's going to have to hold on the most if he wants to stay ahead, because he's now being pushed along by Zukazu. He needs to drive the best defensive driving of his career here. Zuka has thought about a move plenty of times, but he's not quite gone for it. As Giorgio has hit the back of Zukazu by the looks of it, and he'll get passed by Mini Flavs. Oh, and they touch. It was wheel-to-wheel contact, so no one lost their wing. So that'll be Flavs up 10 positions into P5. What a race from him. And Giorgio and Pinju make contact. And that's Pinju past Giorgio as well. So Giorgio's just had a moment there. Maybe lost a bit of front wing. Not sure. Looks like he's lost a bit of pace though. As we come the final lap, Kahoot, it's been a masterclass, a wet weather masterclass from Kahoot. 5-6 seconds now ahead of Prosperity Drop Bear. But we'll stay on board with this battle here for the last of the podium positions. Zukazu and Unique. Unique leaves him room where he probably didn't have to, but he's got... Oh, Zukazu sent it very hard, very ambitious move. Clatters the side of Unique, but it looks like they both will get through without any damage. So Unique, only a few corners left here that he needs to defend. Got Little Flavs and Giorgio, sorry, Little Flavs and Pinju have joined the back of this battle. Really tough conditions. Oh, Zukazu lost a bit of grip going through the outside, but Kahoot has come to take the victory. And what a race from him. Unbelievable race. Prosperity Drop Bear, P2. Now Unique coming through the last couple of turns. Looks like he'll come through to take P3 in a fantastic race for him. Made up for some of the driving in past Unique that couldn't quite do it. Pinju, good recovery drive from him. 9. Mini Giorgio showed flashes of brilliance there, had big pace, just fell away at the end. Jerobot, unluckily, probably should have been on the podium here or thereabouts, but had a big moment and lost a lot of positions. Cruz, our pole sitter, of course. What could have been had he put on the Inter, but that's how it is sometimes, unfortunately. And Lime Soda finishing behind him. So there we go. Cruz ends up with the fastest lap. Kahoot, your winner. Lime Soda, good recovery drive with some points to keep the championship battle going on. Who also takes cleanest driver, and Pinju with most overtakes, and I think that's going to be him clear at the top of the table in the championship with a couple of solid races. So we'll try and get the full positions here. Pinju, Drop Bear, Unique, Zuka. Sorry, not Pinju, Kahoot, Drop Bear, Unique, Zuka, Pinju, Little Flaps, Giorgio, Jerobot, Cruz, Lime Soda, Brandy, Panache, Damo, Combo, France, J Swole, Wog, Farmer, and Fish Lips and Pep. Bringing up the rear, both DNFing earlier in the race. So we will try to get some of these drivers in. I think only those who can join on Xbox I can get in. Which I know Unique. I can get him in. See, let's get him in a party. Let's get him in a party. I don't know about Drop Bear. Drop Bear's on PC. I think we'll be without Drop Bear. Kahoot's on his way. But you know what? While we wait for Kahoot, we might get this party started with P3. Unique Throne, Water Drive, great points fast, and your TP watching. Obviously had to defend very hard in those last laps of the race, but yeah, fantastic drive. That's P3. Take us through your race, mate. I'm so happy for you, mate. That's your first podium of the season. It's been a bit of a tough start, but yeah, to hold on for that P3 is big. So congrats. But do you have an option to include your audio? I don't think you've been heard on stream, unfortunately. Ah, of course, it's from my end. I've still got my training wheels on. Sorry, lads. Party audio on. Far out. Oh my god. Unique, your whole speech was just missed there.
We can go again if you want.
Done.
Audio.
Done.
Done.
But yeah, Unique, now that you can be now that you can be heard. Obviously, yeah, really good race. Jumped up a few positions. Where did you start? P5?
P5, yep.
P5.
Yep. So I
up.
think, jumped up one, and then I think, there was a couple. I think Jerabot had an unlucky spin in there somewhere, so that sort of dropped him down. And yeah, as I was saying before, once the safety car came out, Kahoot made the fantastic call to jump on Inters straight away. Hindsight, probably the rest of us should have, but great strategy call from him. And then, it was just defending for my life. I think I was like 30 seconds behind Prosperic Drop Bear in second by the end of the race. But there was a couple of quick guys behind me. It was just always going to be hard to overtake in the wet. But I tried to make that little green machine as wide as possible. And stoked to come out with P3. Honestly, as you were saying before, it's been a rough start. So even just, top 10 would have been good. But to come out with the podium is amazing. And as I said before, congrats to Prosperic Drop for on second and Kahoot on the win.
Yeah, great drive, mate. I'm interested to know, I felt like from where I was sitting watching the race that the rain got a lot heavier towards the end. Did it get a lot heavier, and was it difficult on those inters? Was it almost full wet zone, or was it still probably inters?
I don't know if it was full wet zone. It definitely did get heavier. I felt like it got heavier, or maybe the tires got a bit older, but it definitely towards the end there was a bit more slippery than what it was at the start. But it definitely did feel like it bucketed down a little bit more and got a bit wet. I don't know if it would have been wet if we had started like that, but the Inters managed to do it. I don't know if we were setting lightning laps out there. I mean, as I was saying before, Kahoot and Prosperic Drop Bear dropped me by 30 seconds, so I definitely wasn't the benchmark for quickness out there tonight. But it was good.
Good stuff, mate. Well, we don't have P2 in, but we do have P1, and that is your boy Hootie, who's pulled off one of the great strategy calls, I'd say. Probably a lap after, so take that strategy in your race, because I think there was one other driver who did it and he finished P2, so that was a really good call.
Firstly, I want to apologise to Unique for bombing him a couple of times in the first race. I'll even admit it, I was frustrated. I was kind of held up a little bit. My wings just obviously were too high, so I just want to apologise. The one time I did get alongside you, I backed off. I was like, I need to get around them fairly, not bumping them. So,
no, it was good fun. It was good hard racing. It was good. It was good fun in that first race.
Absolutely. Yeah. As for race 2, look, there was rain. There were 4 columns. 2 of them were rain, 2 of them were dry. Goal was to survive lap 1, because that was genuinely I probably done not even 2 5-lappers at the reverse track, so I was just kind of hoping to keep it on track. So we did. Safety car came out. I asked for the weather report, said rain imminent, so I was like, I'm gonna go in. I had Pinju calling me an effing idiot, so shout out to Pinju for reinforcing the fact that I'm glad that I went into it. And then look, you always need a bit of luck. I unfortunately had fish lips who stayed out, and I had J Swall behind me who stayed out, so got round him cleanly, and that created a little bit of a buffer. I noticed that it stayed around the 3-second mark between Prosperic and I for a while. I didn't actually notice the gap until we crossed the line to P3 to P8 or whatever it was. So clearly, I'm not too bad in the wet.
Clearly.
Can't say the same about the dry. So yeah, happy with that. I think the strategy call and a little bit of luck. Some of the people staying up and dry has probably got me across the line there for sure. And I think learning the track and learning probably what gears are better to take in different spots was probably the saving grace. Adapting. So, but yeah, shout out to Prosperic as well. He had some insane pace, and to Unique as well. Deserves to be here. Obviously, some good battles back in the pack. And I noticed that you asked him about the wet. I would say probably the last 2 laps, the full wet probably could have been the better tyre. But yeah, definitely noticed that all the puddles were starting to form. So if the track had been a 35%, I think probably another pit stop would have been made. So yeah, good fun.
Good fun indeed. Looked that way from where I was sitting at least. So yeah, well done on P1. Is that your first win this season?
This season, yes. It's first one in Tier 3. I got my first one in Tier 2 Brazil, as you know, last season. So, and if not mistaken, the first winner of the Netherlands Reverse in Wallaby. So,
yep, you're not mistaken. That is.
That I honestly don't know why we were doing this tonight. Like I honestly just didn't pay attention. So, but yeah, if other tiers are doing it, have fun.
So that's your message to the other drivers. Don't worry about the reverse. Just practice for the normal track. Come to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty, well done again, Kahoot on first and Unique on third. And I reckon should be the start of potentially a championship challenge for both you guys. So well done tonight, and we will catch you guys again next week.
Yes, should be
for
next week now.
Mystery round. So can't really ask you how you're going to go at what track because we don't know. But yeah, we will wait and see for that. But Wallaby will be back on Wednesday. Don't forget, Wednesday Tier 1's having their makeup race for Las Vegas. So you'll be joined by Maxi for that. But until then, have a good one. We'll catch you soon.